I hope you're ready for today's video, and I hope you brought some snacks because it's gonna be a long one. Today I am sharing my entire wallet collection. I asked you on my YouTube community page if you would be interested in seeing just zipped wallets or if you wanted to see everything. Everything including flat card holders, card cases, the works. And you guys all voted for everything, so here we are. I did categorize these wallets and I will be putting timestamps down below. And I think I'm actually gonna pin it as the first comment so that way if you wanna go to a certain style of wallet, it makes it a little bit easier. I will be sharing the biggest pro, the biggest con, and if I would buy this, the wallet again on each of these, and I will also share some wear and tear on these pieces. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get this show on the road. I'm kind of nervous too. I don't know why. Okay, so let's begin with flat card holders. And the first one is the Louis Vuitton Monogram Eclipse card holder. This is in the men's collection. You do have a total of 5 credit card slots, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 1 at the very top. The biggest pro on this for me is how carefree it is. Plus, I am a sucker for Monogram Eclipse. The biggest con, I really don't think it has a con, although I will say I have doubled up the cards on here many of times, and as you can see, the top part is a little stretched out as well as the back. But I don't think it has. I really don't think it's a con because, like I said, I've doubled them up. Sometimes I've put 3 or 4 cards in the same slot. I know you shouldn't do that, but hey, sometimes I do that. Would I buy it again? 100% I would. I love this card holder. All right, next up is the Louis Vuitton Monogram card holder. You have a total of 3 credit card slots, 1 at the front, 1 in the back, and then 1 at the very top. The biggest pro, I would have to say, is the fact that it's personalized. I love the colors. The biggest con is that it hasn't been wearing the best, to be completely honest with you. Plus, I find it to be very limiting because you don't have that many credit card slots, so you really have to go for the bare minimum with this one. But as far as wear and tear goes, this burgundy has started to kind of bleed into the white, and the white started to turn yellow very, very quickly. It started to chip in a short amount of time. I think probably 6 months after owning it, I started seeing like some bubbling, some chipping on this. So again, it hasn't been wearing the best. Would I do it all over again? Definitely not. I think it's a great piece to have, but it's just, it really didn't wear the way that I would have hoped. Next up is the Bottega Veneta card holder. This is in the beautiful lambskin leather and in the color parakeet. It does have a total of 7 credit card slots, 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and then 1 at the very top. The biggest pro, I would have to say, is how spacious this is, given that it does have 7 credit card slots, so I think that's amazing. Plus, the leather is beyond words. It is so unbelievably soft. The biggest con, well, I think it's just something that you have to keep in the back of your mind, because this woven detail, it is a staple to the fashion house, and I did experience some type of leather peeking out of this little square here in a very short amount of time. I think it was probably a week after owning it. It started to get this, but I also think that it is bound to happen just because of how you end up interacting with a small leather good especially. So I think it's something that, again, you have to keep in the back of your mind. Would I do it again? I'm not too sure because I do love the color, and I do think that Bottega does colors beautifully when it comes to their leather. And every time I see them, I am very, very mesmerized by them. But I also think of this woven detail and how this has been wearing. So I kind of hesitate. So I don't think so, but never say never. Next up is the Tiffany & Co. Classic Card Holder in the beautiful Tiffany blue leather. You do have a total of 5 credit card slots, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and then 1 at the very top. The biggest pro, I would have to say, is this leather is beautiful. I have doubled up the cards many of times, and as you can see, it hasn't stretched out, so I think that's great. The biggest con, I mean, Tiffany & Co. unfortunately doesn't end up holding their resale value as well as some other brands, so it's just something to keep in the back of your mind. And I think that with this Tiffany blue, if you do put it in a handbag that does have that beautiful rich red lining, you might end up experiencing some type of color transfer. So that's also something to keep in the back of your mind. Would I do it again? 100%. I love this card holder. I think it is I think it's beautiful. It's just very simple and it doesn't break the bank. So I absolutely love that. All right, next up is the Gucci, the Gucci Marmont card holder. This is in the baby pink leather, if I'm not mistaken. So you do have a total of 5 credit card slots, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, 1 at the very top, and you have the GG logo right there. The biggest pro, I would have to say, is the color. I like the color combination, especially with the silver hardware. The biggest con, it hasn't been wearing the best for me. I know that many of you have had a different experience, and I think that's fantastic. But for me, this has been wearing terribly. It has a bunch of pop stitches on the sides, and the corners have started to wear really badly as well in a very short amount of time. So that really bums me out because I do like the color, and I really had high hopes for this type of leather, but it just hasn't been the case. So would I do it again? Definitely not. And the funny thing is that, I mean, I think it was probably 3 or 4 years ago, I tried to get it in the red, and the red one that I got also had issues, and then I got the pink one, I think 2 years later. So I don't know, it's just one of those things that I personally haven't had the best success with them. But I do think that they are beautiful. So that's just, I don't know, that's just a little tidbit. All right, next up are these two from Saint Laurent. These are their classic card holders. I have it in the black pebbled leather with the silver hardware, and I also have it in the beige with the silver hardware. Both of them have 5 credit card slots. You have 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and then 1 at the very top. The biggest pro, you guys have heard me say this a million times. In my opinion, this is by far the most durable wallet, the most durable material I have ever had when it comes to any luxury fashion house. I think that these are like indestructible. This pebbled leather is amazing. I think I've had this one for, I want to say 8 or 9 years, and I've had this one for, I think, going on 5 years this year. So they have been going strong. I haven't had any issues with pop stitches, with varnish, nothing. I mean, these things look brand new, and trust me when I tell you, I have put them through the ringer. And I do have some hairline scratches on the hardware. Not too bad, but honestly, these are amazing. The biggest con is that they're a little bit stiff in the beginning. So if you do buy this and you're like, dude, I can't get my card out because it's so tight, just know that that can happen. But I also think it's a blessing in disguise because they haven't stretched out. I have doubled them up, I have tripled them up, and nothing. These are amazing. Would I do it again? 100% I would. 100%. Like if I could have every color of those card holders, I totally would. Next up is the Goyard Classic card holder, and this is in the color burgundy. It does have a total of 5 credit card slots, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and then 1 at the very top. The biggest pro I would have to say is the way that this has been wearing. It's been wearing fabulously. I've had it for a few years now. No issues with varnish, with pop stitches, or anything like that. I have doubled up the cards on here many of times, and as you can see there, it really hasn't stretched out, so I think that's great. The biggest con, I mean, I do think that it's a little bit on the higher price point for what it is. It is a very simple card holder compared to other fashion houses. I do think that the price point is a little too steep. Would I do it again? 100%. I've actually thought about getting this in the green to match my tote, but it's been wearing amazingly well. The next 7 card holders are the exact same style, but they are in different textures as well as different colors. So I'm going to run through those as quickly as possible. The first one is the Chanel So Black, and this is in the black lambskin with the black hardware. You guys know how I feel about So Black collections. I think that they are amazing, and so far so good. No issues with wear and tear on that one. All right, I also have it in the pink iridescent metallic lambskin with the silver hardware. I absolutely love the colors on this card holder. If you turn it this way, it looks a little bit more pink. If you turn it this way, you have a little bit more of that gold green, you know, sheen to it. I think it's awesome. And so far, no issues with the metallic leather either. It's been wearing amazingly well. It doesn't look all busted up or anything like that. So that also makes me very happy. All right. I also have it in the red caviar leather with the champagne gold hardware. Now on camera, it's showing up like it's a brighter red. It's definitely not. It's more of a muted red. My sales associate referred to this as watermelon red, and I completely agree. So there's that one. All right, I also have it in the pink caviar with the champagne gold hardware. And this pink leans more towards like a purpley undertone. So it definitely doesn't have that, you know, that regular baby pink that I guess a baby pink is used to. Does that make sense? Probably not. I also have it in the white caviar with the champagne gold hardware. This is actually one of my most used Chanel flat card holders, and I love it. You guys know I am a sucker for white caviar leather with the champagne gold hardware, and no issues with color transfer, no issues with yellowing or anything like that. And I have used this card holder quite a bit. All right, I also have it in the red caviar with the silver hardware, but it also has a beautiful layer of Swarovski crystals. And you guys know I did get this Strassed out, what was it now, 4 or 5 years ago? Absolutely love this card holder, and I'm happy to say that not a single crystal has fallen off, and I have put this thing through the ringer. You guys know I use it often, and so far so good. Okay, and I also have it in the black caviar leather with the gold hardware. This is actually one of my first Chanel card holders. I've had it for, I want to say maybe 9 or 10 years now, and it's still going strong. I absolutely love it. So the biggest pro when it comes to these type or this style of card holder, I would have to say, is that even though it does only have the 4 credit card slots, 1 in the front, 2 in the back, and then 1 at the very top, it's also quite spacious. I find that these slip pockets are very generous, so that way if you wanted to double up your cards or if you want to put 3 or 4 cards in there, you can do that no problem, and it really doesn't stretch out too much, so I think that's great. The biggest con, I mean, they are pretty pricey when it comes to most of the other, you know, brands out there. When it comes to flat card holders, they are a little bit on the pricier side, but they also hold their resale value insanely well. Would I do it again? 100%, 100%. Over the years, you know, I have, I've kind of collected different colors and different textures, but I think that each one, even though they are the same style, each one offers something different. And I also wanted to point out something very quickly, is that the pebbles on the caviar leather, I personally prefer the classic caviar just because the pebbles are they're a lot bigger. And then when you have some of the seasonal colors with this caviar, they're a little bit tighter, and it almost gives off a little bit of a shiny or a sheen to it that I'm not necessarily the craziest about. So if I put them side by side, this one looks like it's a little bit more muted, whereas this one definitely gives off a little bit more sheen. So I just wanted to point that out, but I still love them nonetheless. All right, I also have another Chanel card holder. This is just a seasonal piece, and this also features 4 credit card slots, 1 in the front, 2 in the back, 1 at the very top, and this is in the white caviar leather with the black hardware. I absolutely love this piece. The biggest pro for me is the color combination, and so far no issues with wear and tear either. No problems with staining, and this is a stark white. I think it is gorgeous. The biggest con, for me personally, it doesn't have a con. It doesn't have a con. Would I do it again? 100%. I really like this giant logo. It's very gaudy, it's very obnoxious, and it's very much so up my alley, you know what I mean? So I really do like that. Okay, and then the very last card holder that I have is from Mulberry. This is the metallic or champagne gold metallic leather card holder with the silver hardware. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. It does have a total of 4 credit card slots, 3 in the front, 1 at the top, and then a zippered pocket on the back side. The biggest pro, honestly, is their price point. The fact that you can get this type of card holder for, I mean, without breaking the bank, and they have a variety of different colors, I think is amazing. The biggest con in specific to this one would actually be the gold metallic leather, because it hasn't been wearing the best. I know that on camera it looks like it's in immaculate condition, but unfortunately if I turn it on its side, if you were to see it in real life, you can see that the creases are very cloudy and they're very white. And there's a huge, contrast between the metallic and where it started to wear. So that's kind of a bummer. But even with that said, would I do it all over again? 100%. 100%. I love this card holder. I use it often, and I would love to go for this in like a silver, or I don't know, but just to have the pair, gold and the silver. But I think it is amazing. And this little zippered pocket, it's, I mean, it's pretty nice. Look at that. It's not like crazy generous, but it's not itty bitty either. So I do like that. But the Mulberry flat card holder. Now for zipped wallets, I'm going to go from largest to smallest, beginning with the beautiful Chanel zipped wallet in the black caviar leather with the gold hardware. I absolutely love this wallet. The biggest pro is how spacious it is. Check that out. You have a total of 8 credit card slots, 4 on either side. You have 1 slip pocket here, an open compartment, a zippered compartment, another open compartment, and another slip pocket here. This is so insanely spacious. I love it. It can also double up as a clutch. I have fit my phone in here, no problem. I think it is absolutely amazing. The biggest con, in my opinion, there are no cons. This wallet works out for me perfectly. And would I do it again? 100% I would. It has been wearing fabulously. No issues with pop stitches, no issues with wear and tear. I have seen this in this beautiful purple. And you guys know I don't do purple, but that purple, it's like a baby purple. It is absolutely gorgeous. But this wallet is fantastic. And I've had it for, I want to say 5 or 6 years, and it's still going strong. All right, and that brings me to another large zipped wallet. This beauty right here, which is the Louis Vuitton Zippy wallet in the monogram canvas. And this wallet as well, I love. This is some of the best money I have ever spent on a wallet, because the biggest pro is how spacious it is. This one has a lot more space than the Chanel one. You have a total of 12 credit card slots, 6 on one side, 6 on the other. You have 1 slip pocket here, 1 zippered compartment here, another open compartment here. You have another slip pocket here, an open compartment, and another slip pocket. This thing is massive, and I absolutely love it. There is something about a large wallet that it gives me like the warm and fuzzies that the compact wallets just don't have. I don't know what it is, but I love the fact that you have so much space. It is so and you can see everything at a glance too. The biggest con, for me, it's not a con, but it's something worth noting. It is a little bit heavy. You can really feel the weight of this little small leather good. At least I have. So that's just, again, something to note. Would I do it again? 100% I would. 100% I would. I love it. And this zipper is buttery smooth. Look at that. Sometimes I find myself just doing this. I think it annoys some people around me, but I don't care. I absolutely love it. So I think that this is amazing. And this one is definitely a lot heavier than the Chanel one, but I love them both. All right, next up, they used to call these the medium zip wallets. Now they're calling them small, or maybe vice versa. I don't know. I'm not trying to give you guys misinformation. But these beauties. So these are the Chanel, just for the sake of this video, let's call them small zip wallets. If I find a different name, I will put it on the description box below. But these bad boys, I have it in the teal caviar leather with a champagne gold hardware. I also have it in the rose gold with the silver hardware, and the pink caviar leather with the silver hardware. So let's go back to the teal. But these guys, I really do like these wallets. I like the size. It doesn't have any exterior pockets or anything like that. It does have a smooth zipper. And inside you have a total of 4 credit card slots, 2 on either side, 2 open compartments, and then 1 little zipped pocket here. The biggest pro, I would have to say, is that I really like the size. The biggest con is that even though they are a little bit a little bit larger, not like a large wallet, but a little bit larger than a compact wallet, it actually doesn't give you a whole lot of space, which is kind of weird because you would think the size that this has, you'd be able to fit a little bit more in there, but it's very deceiving because this zippered pocket I think is actually a little bit tighter. And I think that when you start to fill your wallet in here, if you have more than 4 credit cards, if you have a little bit more, it can get really bulky really fast. And it's just not the most generous. So I think it's very deceiving in its size. I think it looks like it's a lot more spacious than what it really is, at least in my opinion. So that's what I would have to say. Would I do it again? Absolutely I would. Absolutely I would. And the Hubs gifted me this one, and you guys know that he always goes like super adventurous with these colors, and this is a color I would have never dreamed of, but I absolutely love this shade of teal. It is amazing. So there's the teal. This is the metallic rose gold. Hang on. Let me open that up. There we go. I mean, if you're going for the bare, not the bare minimum, but if you want to carry a little bit less in your wallet, I think that this is great. But if you start to really try to pack it in, it can get really annoying to get in and out of it. Again, just in my opinion. But this metallic has been wearing fabulously. No issues with the metal or the metallic leather looking funky or busted up or anything like that. So that's made me really, really happy. And then here is the pink caviar. Sorry, I have a little fuzzy, a fuzzy stool that I have all these things on. I feel like there's fuzz flying all over this video, but there we go. And this one is even more restricting than the newer ones. So this is an older version, but there we go. So the small zipped wallet or whatever we want, I don't know, right? We said small zipped wallet, I think so. All right, then I have the Louis Vuitton zippy coin purse. I think they called it the zippy coin purse padlock. This is in the Demi Azur. This is one of my newer pieces if you guys watched my What I Got for Christmas video. And I mean, just like the large wallet, it has a very smooth zipper. And I used to have a few of these in my collection back in the day. I had them in vernis, I had it in epi leather, and electric epi, as well as canvas. I sold them all. But then late last year, I started thinking about it all over again, and I am a fan. You have a total of 4 credit card slots, 2 on either side, 2 slip pockets, 1 on either side, hang on, right there. 2 open compartments, and then you have this little slip pocket here. Very, very spacious. The biggest pro I would have to say is how spacious it is. The biggest con is that sometimes because of its height, it can be a little bit cumbersome in your smaller handbags. Like if you wanted to go for a mini bag, it might be a little bit taller. But other than that, I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be completely honest with you. Would I do it again? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I have learned my lesson, all right? I have learned my lesson. If I go for another one of these, I'm not going to get rid of it. It's going to be a forever piece. Absolutely. And the rose ballerine that this has is amazing. I mean, that makes for a beautiful combination. The Demi Azur and the rose ballerine. Absolutely. Sign me up any day of the week, right? Okay, so the next 3 are the Chanel O-Zip coin purse. I have it in the black caviar leather with the gold hardware. I also have it in the chevron detailing with the red caviar leather and the silver hardware. And I have it in the gold hammered metallic leather with the gold hardware. I always have such a hard time with that one. But as far as the black one, it is very simple. You guys know that this is one of my all-time favorite wallets. I think that they're amazing. The fact that you can fit the entire contents of a large size wallet into something this small, I think is wonderful. So it really allows you to maximize your space when it comes to those small handbags. So the biggest pro I would have to say is how spacious it is. I love the fact that you have 3 different compartments, 1, 2, and 3. I think that they're very generous, very easy to see everything at a glance as well. Love that. And the biggest con, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I actually don't think that this has a con whatsoever, just because I feel like it offers so incredibly much. I don't mind the fact that it doesn't have, you know, more credit card slots by any means whatsoever. So it really works out for my lifestyle. Would I do it again? Absolutely. And over the course of the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years, I have purchased a few of them. I have also sold a few, so that's why I have just these 3 left. But I love this style of wallet. I think that they're amazing. The biggest difference between this one and the other 2 that I just showed you guys is that this one does have a back pocket, a little slip pocket, so that way if you wanted to have like easy access to your credit card or to your driver's license or for some cash, I think that's great. And then you again have those 3 compartments there. So I love these wallets. They're very easy to, I think that they're very easy to use. I love the fact that they fit in all of my handbags, no problem. And they also end up holding their resale value insanely well. All right. And the last of these zipped wallets is this beauty, which is the Saint Laurent. I believe that they're calling it the Fragments card holder. I could be wrong. Please don't quote me on it. But this is in the beautiful pebbled leather in the color fuchsia with the gold hardware. So this wallet right here has 100% exceeded my expectations. I love it. The biggest pro is the durability of this leather. I think it is amazing. I've said it before, I sound like a broken record. Some of the best leather when it comes to luxury goods, in my opinion, as far as durability goes. The biggest con, so far, I really don't have a con. It does have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 credit card slots on the back side. And I was a little bit nervous that maybe if I doubled up the cards in here, this would start to stretch out, or maybe that my cards would end up flying out, and that hasn't been the case. So I absolutely love that. You also have a zippered little compartment at the very top. It opens up like so. It's not like crazy generous, but it's also pretty spacious. So if you wanted to fit a few more cards in there, some cash, some coins, you have that option. So I think that's great. Would I do it again? Absolutely I would. Absolutely I would. I would do this in red with silver hardware. I would do it with blue with gold hardware. I don't know, but I think that these are amazing little wallets, and they also don't break the bank, especially for the quality that you're getting. So I am a huge, huge fan. The next style are all flap quilted card holders. I don't know why I have such a difficult time saying them, but all 4 of mine are from Chanel. And the very first one is this beauty. This is actually the old style, the discontinued version of the flap card holder that you see in the boutiques now. As you can see, it doesn't have the back pocket, but this is in the black caviar leather with the gold hardware. And it opens up like so. You have that snap button closure. You have 1 open compartment and then 1 slip pocket here. I love this little guy. I've had it for, I think, maybe 9 or 10 years as well. It's still going strong. The biggest pro, I really like the simplicity that this has. I think it's great. The biggest con, I don't think it has a con. I know some people might say the fact that it doesn't have a back pocket would be a con, but I definitely don't see it that way. Would I do it again? 100%. I would absolutely love to go for one of these older flap card holders and maybe a red or a pink. I think that would be very, very nice. All right. I also have it in the new version, which is this guy. This is in the black lambskin with the silver hardware. And as you can see, you do have the back pocket. It makes it a lot more versatile though. I will definitely admit that. And then you can see what they look like side by side. So this one has a little bit more style because of how the CC is with that extra little leather here versus this one. But again, I love the simplicity of this old style. But here we go. It opens up like so. And again, you do have an open compartment here and then 1 little slip pocket there. So I have it in that black lambskin, and I also have it in this beautiful khaki lambskin with the champagne gold hardware. There we go. Another little slip pocket on the back, and it opens up like so. The biggest pro is the versatility on these. The biggest con is that if you are trying to maximize your space inside of a smaller bag, these can be a little bit bulky in my opinion. Would I do it again? 100%, 100%. I would love this in like a yellow with silver hardware. I think that would be amazing. So I really do like these little flap card holders. And then I also have this beauty. So this is very similar to the discontinued version, but this is again in the black caviar leather with the silver hardware, but you also have strass crystals throughout, and then you also have leather woven in between the CC logo there. I really like how extra this card holder is. I think it is so beautiful. I know that on camera I'm not doing it justice, but in the light or in the sun, it just glistens oh so beautifully. And this one also opens up like the old style. You have one open compartment and then one little slip pocket here. So the biggest pro for me are definitely the little crystals that this has. The biggest con, no cons. And I haven't had any issues with the crystals falling out either, so that makes me very, very happy. Would I do it again? 100%. I know that when they came out with these, they had it in beige. They also had it in blue and baby pink, and the baby pink is absolutely beautiful. But I love it. I absolutely love these flap card holders, and they also hold their resale value very, very well. Now the last category, I'm calling it my miscellaneous because none of these styles fall into any of the other styles that I mentioned before. But the first one is the beautiful Louis Vuitton Josephine wallet in the monogram canvas. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know how much this wallet means to me. I will never ever part ways with it. I think it is amazing, and it's such a bummer that Louis Vuitton no longer makes this wallet. The biggest pro, I love how spacious it is. I love the fact that it has a removable pouch that you can use with other, with other wallets or just with other bags, what have you. I love the fact that this back pocket here, or this compartment, goes the entire length of the wallet. How amazing is that? The biggest con is that they no longer make it. Would I do it again? 100%. If Louis Vuitton started making these wallets again, I would go for them. I would go for it. Like no questions asked. I did have this wallet in all three canvas prints. I had it in, of course, monogram, Damien Azur, and Damien Ben. I sold the other ones because I started to have a lot of issues with this little pocket. It started to bubble, and it just unfortunately wasn't wearing the best. So I actually have a I have a replacement for that little pocket. But in general, I think that this is an amazing wallet. So like I said before, if Louis Vuitton said, hey, we're going to start doing the Josephine wallet again, I would go for it. 100%. Love this wallet. Every time that I use it, like I feel like I grin like an idiot from ear to ear just because it brings back all those memories of when I first had that wallet. All right. I also have this Chanel quilted card holder. This is in the black lambskin with the champagne gold hardware. And this guy looks like a mini passport holder, if you will. You do have one little back slip pocket. On the inside, you have an ID holder, and then you have 3 credit card slots, or 2 credit card slots, and then one little slip pocket here. The biggest pro, I gotta be honest with you, it doesn't really have a whole lot of pros. Maybe the fact that this lambskin is beautiful. The biggest con is that it doesn't have anything to kind of secure it shut. So it opens up all the time. It drives me nuts. Half the time it's like this, and then I have other items in my bag that are hitting this, and I have a ton of scratches on the lambskin. I don't know. So it's not really, I don't think it's the best, all right? I honestly don't think it's the best. Oh, I forgot to mention it has a little slip pocket on the back of the ID holder. Would I do it again? Definitely not. When I first got it, I was really excited about it, but it's a pain in the ass more than anything, just because it has a mind of its own and it opens up. So not too happy about this one, but it is beautiful. Not going to deny it. All right. I also have the Gucci leather card case, and this is in the fuchsia leather with the gold hardware. You guys know I did have this in the wallet on chain, and this card case is amazing, absolutely amazing. The biggest pro is how spacious it is. I mean, you have 2 credit card slots here, 1 slip pocket here, another slip pocket here, a zippered compartment here, and then 2 credit card slots there. And then you also have this guy for your cash. I mean, this thing is amazing. Yeah, it doesn't have any exterior pockets, but who the hell needs exterior pockets when you have this much going on the inside? You know what I mean? You can fit the entire contents of a full-size wallet in this, no problem. And I think that is amazing. Plus, this leather has been holding up very nicely. No issues with pop stitches, no varnish problems, no color transfer. It is amazing. Absolutely love this. So the biggest pro, how spacious it is. The biggest con is that they don't offer this in more colors. Would I do it again? 100% I would. 100%. And this little guy right here is fabulous because I've put my key fob in there without any issues. All right, and then the last ones are these beauties. These are the Hermes Calvi card holders. I have it in the rose purple, and I believe that this is in rose azalea, if I'm not mistaken. For those of you that are Hermes connoisseurs, let me know if I got that correctly, because I always mistake this with bougainvillea. I had a bougainvillea SLG, but I'm almost positive that this is rose azalea. I don't know, but these Calvi card holders are fantastic. They are so incredibly simple, but they don't have any exterior pockets. It opens up like so. You have 2 open compartments, but this thing fits a ton. You can fit, I think I tried it out once, a total of maybe 10 or 12 cards on each side. It doesn't bother me that I have to take all of them out to get to that one card or anything like that. I mean, these little card holders are amazing. They have been holding up fabulously. No issues with the creases on here. No issues with color transfer. And the colors are beyond words. I mean, check that out. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the Hermes Calvi card holders. I always have. I think I always will. So the biggest pro, the simplicity and how much space these have. The biggest con is that you can't always find them. I mean, sometimes when I've gone into the Hermes boutique, they don't have them, and even online, they're a little bit harder to find now. But other than that, I really don't think that they have a con. Would I do it again? 100% I would. I would go for this in green. I would go for this in yellow. I mean, you name it. And they do have some beautiful, beautiful colors. And you can also go for different textures. But I think that these are amazing. All right, you guys. Oh my goodness. I have no idea how long this video is. Did you make it this far? If you did, leave a heart down below. But I hope that I was able to give you guys as much information as possible without kind of rushing through each of these pieces, especially if you're looking to add them to your collection. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out because the algorithm is all over the place. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day.